How long have you been on this property?
I've been on this property, or just coming up to the end of our second season, so yeah, we moved here when the farm was purchased by our farm owners, and we've been share milking here since then.
So you've been overseeing the whole conversion?
No, well, the previous owners converted the farm, so we had, it was 5 years done before we got here, so yeah, it was pretty much done. We've tweaked a few things as we've seen fit along the way in the last year or two, but pretty much the majority of it was done before we got here.
And cattle numbers?
Cattle numbers, we winter about 1,000, we're going to winter 1,050 this year.
Irrigation, you've got a centre pivot?
Yep, one centre pivot does about 200 hectares, and then there's about 30 odd hectares of K-lines out in the corners. It's a pretty simple system to manage, and good reliable groundwater as well.
I was going to ask you about that because it's been a very dry year.
Yeah, we've probably been pretty fortunate in comparison to a lot of others. You know, all year we've looked outside the window and it's been green, and we've been able to put water on, which is sort of a bit embarrassing reading the local papers of the poor buggers in North Canterbury and South Canterbury. But you know, we haven't got a huge abundance of water to go on a daily rate, but we've got the reliability, and I think that's pretty crucial to this place. So leading into February, March, we weren't right ahead of water, but we're up to date, and then when the odd autumn rain came, we had a great autumn, so it's been really good.
You're obviously feeding in bale.
Yep, we feed grain in the shed all year round. Gets down to quite a minimal amount through the summer, but the spring and the autumn we feed a reasonable amount of grain through the shed.
What's your production? Are you happy with production?
Yep, production, we're going to do about sort of 480 odd a cow this year, which has come up from 460. It's been a pretty good year really. As I say, if you get warm, dry conditions and you've got water, you're going to grow the grass. Our grass production on the farm has improved a lot with a bit of regrassing we've done. So we've grown a bit more grass this year, and that's proven in the vat as well. So.
Now you've been involved with the Dairy Awards, and now you're putting a whole lot back into it.
Yeah, yep. 2010 we won the Canterbury Region Share Milker of the Year title, and got runner-up in the New Zealand one, and that gave us the opportunity to meet some great people, and we owe a lot. We owe this share milking job to the competition, and I suppose putting some time back in. We've been on the committee for the last 4 years, and this year we're the regional managers, so we've been basically running the Canterbury region, Canterbury North Otago region, and it's been great. We've really enjoyed the challenge, I suppose, of and meeting the latest and greatest dairy farmers in the industry.
It's a really neat thing, isn't it? Because you actually learn a hell of a lot from other people as well as what your own knowledge was.
You're always learning. Like I'll never know everything, so it's been great to be involved in seeing guys that are coming through with new ideas, and you know, and judging that competition. We weren't judging this year, but in the last 3 or 4 years, judging the competition, I think you get some really awesome benefits just through seeing some great ideas and the aspects of, you know, how they're farming their operations. It's great.
Your views on education, because I know you're a bit involved with the primary ITO.
Yeah, it's massive. You know, we need to have more people coming through the industry that are going to jump on the bandwagon as such and make their way through from, you know, being a junior dairy assistant right through to share milking and then hopefully farm ownership. And I think primary ITO have got a great package there, and there's been a lot done in the last, you know, most recent times to try and, I suppose, improve the level of training that staff are getting, so it's appropriate on farm. And I'm involved in the Dairy Industry Partnership Group, which helps to make sure that's happening on farm, and that farmers are getting, I suppose, what they pay for, and also so that when a new employee comes to your farm, that they say, oh, we've got level 3 in this, and they can actually do all that's involved in that. And whereas in the past it's probably been just a little bit unclear of if
You can actually employ somebody and find out too late that they didn't know enough.
Yeah. So it's just another way of trying to make sure you've ticked every box before you employ someone, I suppose, and it's standardised everything a little bit more. And I think going forward, that's pretty crucial.
Now, Stacey's a major part of the whole operation.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah. I'm like any guy. no good without someone backing me up. And yeah, she's been great from right through from the family side of things right through to the business side, and then the dairy awards. She's a massive part of that. She organised all the big awards dinner and stuff. I left that to her. It's her department.
Because you actually had a go in 2010, I understand. You were both in the dairy awards, but of an opposite teams.
We were, yeah, we were actually against each other back in 2010. So that was a long-standing joke, but yeah, we'll let that one go now.
It'd be better to have her on your side.
Very much so. Yeah. No, it's great. We're loving it now. We've been thriving.
Where to from here?
Well, just keep working away. We've obviously, like every share milker, we've got some debt to pay off, and we'll keep working away. And this year we probably won't achieve paying off too much of that debt, but we're in it for the long term. And going forward, it's our aim is to reduce our debt and then look to buy into land, and whether that's in an equity partnership deal or just whatever comes our way in the future, really. But at the moment, we're loving what we're doing. Share milking, 1,000 cow 50-50 jobs are hard to come by, and we won't be giving this one up anytime soon.
And I love your calf sheds.
Yeah, the farm is very well set up. We've got an 80-bale rotary and then about 30 bays of calf sheds on the farm, so it has been really designed well and set up for future expansion, I suppose.